Welcome to Triton Technical Support Series. 8240N dispenser removal and installation guide. Triton recommends 2 technicians to install the dispenser and prevent personal injury and/or damage to the dispenser or cabinet. The tool requirements for the job will be a number 2 Phillips screwdriver and a 7/16 inch nut driver. First, let's remove the 6 screws holding the left and the right shipping brackets to the dispenser. First, partially rack out the dispenser. Then remove the 2 screws from each bracket and remove them from the dispenser.
Remove these twist clamps, unplug the cables from the security module, unbend this cable clamp, and unroute these cables from behind the bracket. Unplug the power cable, and route the power cable down through this bracket. Loosen the wing nut and unroute the cable from these cable clamps.
Next, let's remove the 6 screws that hold the dispenser onto the cabinet railing. Now, with 2 techs, carefully remove the dispenser from the rails. Using a 7/16 inch nut driver, remove each of the 4 nuts on the 2 remaining shipping brackets inside the cabinet.
On the right side, you have to press the lever down and pull to make sure the slide is locked out. On the left side, the lever does not lock the slide in, it only locks out.
Once again, using 2 technicians, carefully place the dispenser on the rails. Now let's replace the 6 screws that hold the dispenser to the cabinet railing.
The first cable I'm going to route is the dispenser power cable. I'm going to route it behind this bendable clip here, through this second bendable clip, and into these white clips. I'm going to make sure the wires are pointed up, mount the capacitor in the slot, and tighten the wing nut. Take the rest of the power cable up to the bottom of this bracket, Then I'm going to plug it in, and then I'm going to stick the cable back, tuck the cable back behind this vertical bracket and wrap over this bendable clip here. Next, I'm going to grab these 3 wires, I'm going to round them behind the bendable clip. I'm going to feed them back behind this bracket here. I'm trying to go slow so I don't snag any cables. Alright, I'm going to route them behind this bendable clip. Route this thing up, bend this thing up, excuse me. I'm going to route these cables behind this restraint here. Now that I want to point out that keeping the cables in these bendable clips and keeping all this space clear is very important, because as the dispenser slides in and out, we don't want any wires to get snagged on any of the other cable management parts inside the ATM. Alright, at this point I'm going to plug in my security module power cable. I'm going to plug in my shutter cable. And I'm going to take my dispenser cable from the main board to the security module. Then I'm going to clip the security module back in place. Next, I'm going to grab my twist ties. I'm going to restrain all these cables to themselves. And then I'm going to restrain them to this group of cables here so that they stay tucked in as the dispenser is sliding in and out. When sliding the dispenser in for the first time, make sure you look right here to make sure all this space is clear so that this stationary cable management portion here is not going to catch any cables. So it should, if all the cables are retained behind this retainer here, everything should slide by nice and smooth, and there's no opportunity for any of the cables to get caught on this piece of the cable management system here.
This completes Triton's 8240N removal and replacement video. If you have any further questions, please contact Triton's technical support.